this thing on? So I started recording a video blog, and it was going on for like, I don't know, 3 minutes of me talking about dogs and training pads. And I didn't even get to the good stuff until that point, so the video was going on way too long. So I've started over because I'm not editing these videos. I'm just going to do these video blogs, and I'm going to upload them directly to YouTube, and you're going to watch them, and that's it. Because what I wanted to talk about was this conference I went to this weekend, AT&T Shape, which I went to last year. I don't remember if it was the first one last year, but it was the first one I went to, and it was at the Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank, and it was there again this year. So I spent the weekend in LA basically, and AT&T Shape is a conference that sort of explores the convergence of technology and entertainment. It's supposed to really get people from the content production side connected with the people from the technology side who have these AR, VR, 3D, 4D, holographic, whatever technologies, and like put them together so that, you know, the entertainment industry continues to advance new technology, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't seem like that actually happens at this conference. What actually happens is there's like two separate conferences almost. You know, there's the technology exhibits, right, which are cool, but then you also have the filmmakers doing networking. So they have a aggressive sort of speed dating style networking sessions every 15 minutes all day in a designated area. So you use an app. They hook up with Brella, I think is the app, and you know, you find people who match what you're looking for or what you're offering and they're looking for. So like if you're a writer and you're looking for a producer, you can match up. It's not great. It actually is not like it's a good platform, but I feel like the way that AT&T Shape is using it, they could refine it a little bit. But anyway, I went last year, and I did some networking, and I met a few people who I've kept in touch with. A few of them. We haven't done anything, but you know, we've just been in touch. Well, that short film thing that I did a couple months ago for the AT&T Create-a-thon. It's run by the same group at AT&T. I think it's like AT&T Innovations. So the winners from that Create-a-thon thing, those winning films also get played at AT&T Shape. So, and everyone who participated in the Create-a-thon also gets free tickets to AT&T Shape, although honestly they give out tickets to anyone. Because it's a sales pitch. It's a sales pitch by all these tech companies. But that's neither here nor there. They do have like cool guest speakers and stuff. Gina Davis was there this year. I saw a talk between Laverne Cox and why am I spacing on this? I should have been prepared. I should have had I literally took notes yesterday. I took notes during this, and Elizabeth Banks. My God. So Elizabeth Banks and Laverne Cox had a conversation. It was really good, really insightful. Elizabeth Banks doesn't pull any punches. Neither does Laverne Cox, of course. And actually, it was kind of like inspirational. So I went on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was it was a long day, and I got stood up a few times on some of these networking meetings, and the people I met were cool, but I just was sort of like, okay, well, is this a waste of time? Like, what am I doing? So I went back on Sunday, and I took it a little easier on Sunday. I met a friend of mine up in LA to have brunch, so it started off a little better than rushing there like I did the day before. But when I got there on Sunday, I had met up with someone who I had met the previous year there, and I just had a conversation with someone about how they were saying, you know, once you kind of get into the scene, as it were, in LA, the kind of filmmaking scene, you know, it becomes a very small world. And you know, I experienced sort of the same thing doing comic books. I would go to all these conventions, especially on the West Coast, and you start. I'm doing hand motions, and you're not seeing them. I'm all like blah, 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 but you can't see what I'm doing. So if I'm looking down, it's because there's a very meaningful gesture to go along with what I'm saying. So just pretend that you're seeing my hands. Okay. If this was all professionally shot, I'd have like another camera, and we'd do inset shots. But no. Anyway, so on the comic convention scene, you kind of build like a convention family. and you see these people over and over, and that's really how you eventually kind of get your stuff out there and get gigs, because just through connections people will refer you, and blah blah blah. So yeah, I ran into a person who I met there last year. She's a director and actor, and everybody's a director, actor, writer, whatever. I'm the only person who's just not an actor. Although she's like, "Do you do any acting?" And I'm like, "No. I mean, I have, but this is it. This is it. This is me acting. Acting like I know what I'm talking about." And one of the dogs just jumped down the stairs and is attacking me. Not really. She can't attack me. She's this big. Anyway, and I was saying, "Oh yeah," because she's Australian, and I was like, "Oh yeah, my friend Dan is Australian. I worked with him on this other film. He's working." And they didn't register with her for some reason. So I ran into her a little while later, and she's like, "Oh, I'm headed over to this one exhibit. My friend is working there, I think." And I was like, "Is your friend Dan?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "That's who I was talking about." And it was such a small world, because Dan, I just hooked up with this at this Create-a-thon short film thing. And I'd never met any of these people before. And it's just, it was one of those things, it was such a small world. We got in there and like, "Oh hey, you two know each other, that's great, da, 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 da. We should work on a project together." I'm doing a really bad Australian accent, I'm sorry. I didn't prepare it. I wasn't ready for it. This is not my SNL audition. I don't have to do impressions. So yeah, but it was cool because it was like, I've lived here for 2 years, and I mostly have just been working on Parkway of Broken Dreams and little projects, and most of the projects I've been working on have actually been taking me out of town. So I haven't been really connected with any sort of crew or anything here, and I'm like finally starting to, which is kind of cool. And like by producing work with other people and building those relationships, they want to work with me again. Which, even if we're just putting out stuff that we're not making money on right now, but it's getting content out, and it's making those connections and building our portfolios and reels, like that's pretty cool. So it was, I guess my point is, it was a productive weekend. We're at 7 minutes and a half. I'm sorry. If you watched this long, you've gotten quality content. If you jumped out like 4 minutes ago, you missed all the good stuff. So anyway, ended up being a really productive, good weekend. And even though it wasn't productive in that I was doing any work, because I couldn't work on the film while still had an hour drive up to LA. I had to eat while I was there after the conference. Gets out at 6 o'clock. By the time I get home, it's like 8, 9 o'clock. I take care of the dogs. I was just like crashed it. Last night I tried to watch a movie, and I just like was falling asleep in the middle of it. Was Terminator. I fell asleep in the middle of Terminator. And not even not that there's any slow scenes of Terminator, but like it was like during like an action scene. I was toast. Anyway, so I gotta get caught up on some stuff tonight. And oh hey, here's some business cards that I got yesterday that I couldn't find earlier. Oh, I guess I should probably email these people and follow up with them. That's the thing that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that tonight. Follow up with these people that I met yesterday, because it's really important to do that. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to stop talking now because we're now at 8.5 minutes. So I hope you've enjoyed this 9-minute video blog. If you watched the whole way through, you are blessed, and good luck is coming your way. If you didn't, you're not seeing this, so you don't know that you've been cursed.